to work on most, and just in your as far as assessing this season, was it better than you could have ever dreamed of?
Really, this offseason, one of the main things I want to work on is just being quicker and being in better shape, and then also developing that 3-point shot and that outside shot a lot better. I feel like those are some of the main things that I struggle with this year, and I just feel like that's going to be the thing that I can take my game to the next level.
As far as this season, was it? I mean, better concerning how you started this season and how it ended. Was it better than you ever could have anticipated?
I really expected for us from the beginning of the season. I expected us to be a really good team, and I always expected to be able to be a part of the team and be one of the reasons why we were doing good. Throughout the season, my work stayed consistent. I knew that eventually I'd be able to get out there and show that I can do what I can do.
Thank you.
Scotty.
Jaylin, I'm curious what kind of an influence Justin had on you, throughout this season.
Justin, he's probably one of my favorite teammates ever. He's a great leader. Just the way that he carries himself, you can see how much he cares about the game, but he can also give you that factor of just being like, okay, let's go out there, let's win this. And then like he works too. I know I've seen a lot of times when like people get into their older career or whatever, they stop working. And Justin, he's always in there working every day. And Justin's just a great teammate. He always, throughout the beginning of the season, he always stayed with me, talking to me, telling me to keep my head in, to make sure I didn't put my head down.
And Devo was talking about, this offseason wanting to work on becoming a more consistent perimeter shooter. If he shoots a pretty good percentage moving forward, where does that take his game?
Devo's already a great player. Y'all know he has elite defense. He's a elite dribble driver. He can he can create a play on ball. He can do stuff on without the ball. And him developing that outside shot just makes him a better player and harder to guard on offense, knowing how quick he is and how well he can finish at the rim.
Stuart. You have a question, Stuart? Kevin.
Jaylin, congrats on a great season. Arkansas has had some really good big men in the last few years move on to the next level. Bobby Portis and Daniel Gafford come to mind. Are those guys ever in touch with you, giving you tips? Do you get encouragement from former Arkansas players in your freshman season?
Bobby has posted or he's reposted things on Twitter and things like that. But the main two that I really talk to that are previous Hogs are Isaiah and Mason. And those two are really the ones that always encourage me. And every time I do something good, they might send me a message or things like that.
Also, a follow-up question just on your skills as a 6'10" guy. Devo talked about it a little bit. What do you think the strengths are right now after going through your freshman season to build on for next year?
My strengths, I feel like my inside game and my defensive presence. I want to be better at that too. I feel like I'm pretty good at defense on the inside, taking charges, blocking shots. I want to be able to develop if we need a switch, I can stay in front of a guard better and develop things like that.
Thank you.
Jason Carroll.
As you look back on it, Jaylin, what was the bubble like? What's it like to be out of it? And just how much did that help you guys maybe come together and make the kind of run that you made the last 3 weeks?
I feel like it made us focus in more on what we wanted to do. A lot of us were always together. We're all in the same floor. We all talk to each other every day. We're seeing each other every day. So it's like us being like, okay, yeah, we're here, we're doing this, but let's lock in, let's get the wins. Let's focus on what we want to do.
What was it like though, and what's it been like since you've been out? And how much of bringing the fans of this state together did that drive you guys as you're making that run? And what did you see from them in Indianapolis?
The fans were amazing. Every game, I was like, wow, these Arkansas fans are crazy. Like, no matter who we were playing, we always had more fans. They were always louder. They were always cheering no matter what happened. And the Arkansas fans are crazy. I think I I went out to Walmart the other day and I probably saw about 20 people just came up to me, said, y'all did great this year. We're proud of you. Just things like that.
Curtis?
Hey, Jaylin, one thing Coach Musk mentioned about you a lot of times over the course of the season was how vocal you were as a freshman. You know, with older guys going out and new guys coming in, you'll probably be asked to take on more of a leadership role. Is that something that excites you, and how does that motivate you going into the offseason, knowing you'll be the guy showing the new guys the ropes?
It motivates me because I know we're building a culture here, and the culture starts with the guy that wants to tell people how to do things, or comes into practice saying, come on, let's go, let's pick this up. Like last year, JT, Justin, the older guys, they build a great culture. They showed us that we needed to work. They showed us what we needed to do on the court. We needed to hustle. We needed to buy into what coach had to say, and just becoming one of the older guys. Now that I'm not a freshman, being able to say that me and Devo, KK, we're going to be the ones that builds the culture. It's a great feeling.
Bob?
Hey, Jaylin, you mentioned KK. How's he doing? And what do you expect from him next year when hopefully he'll be totally healthy again?
If you look at the games, KK is one of the most excited people on the sideline. I know it hurts him that he can't play, but he's still happy for us regardless of what happens. And I know y'all seen the picture of him. He's getting super swollen. And I think that's going to help him with his game. And just because he's so quick and he's so agile, he can shoot the ball, dribble so good, he can play defense. Him just picking up that weight and getting stronger is just going to help him so much, being able to finish and play defense against those bigger guards in the SEC.
And, obviously, you mentioned KK, yourself's going to be back, Devo, JD, some other guys, Connor. You're losing some great players. What do you think about the core you guys have coming back? I know you got a couple signings already. I'm sure Eric's going to add some more good pieces. What's your feeling about next year, where you guys can continue to take the program?
I feel like all of us that are coming back, we know what we want to do next year. We know we have to be locked in. We have to be even more focused than what we were last year if we want to do better than what we did. So all of us coming in, we're going to start earlier than what we did last year. We're going to lock in earlier. We're going to make sure that we get those mistakes of going down double digits in the first half out of the way early. Like we want to correct the things that we weren't good at last year.
And then for yourself, how'd you feel like your game evolved from early in the season when you weren't playing much to late in the year when you were playing a lot and starting?
I feel like my game evolved because I was able to play more freely. I was doing things. I felt like coach started believing in me more. My teammates believed in me. They knew what I was going to come out there and do. And I feel like I just played and did whatever I had to do to make sure the team won. If that was getting rebounds, scoring, assisting, blocking shots, taking charges, whatever it was. And I felt like I just played more freely.
What did you see from Devo and how what he did in the NCAA tournament, especially averaged over 14 points and 6 boards in the tournament?
Devo, nothing he does ever shocks me anymore. I've known Devo is such a great player. You never know what he's going to do. He might get all of his points off of shooting mid-range shots, or all of his points from getting steals on defense and taking it down court and dunking it. It's just Devo's such a great player all around. I don't know what you can do to stop him.
And, I guess Moses had made kind of announcement. He's projected first-round pick. So I'm thinking he'll probably go in the draft, but I know he hasn't said anything. What was it like playing with him this season? And just what do you how'd you feel about Moses?
Moses is a great person, a great roommate. He's a great player. He's a great friend, everything. He's on the court. He's a great, we believe in Moses no matter what. He could miss his first 10 shots and we still think that he's going to make that 11th shot. And Moses, we know his work stayed consistent all year. He was in there every day, and we knew he was going to be one of our leading scorers just straight off of the summer camp. And we believed in Moses no matter what, and he's just a great player.
Okay. Thanks, Jaylin.
Jason Carroll, follow up?
You mentioned coming back and working harder and starting earlier. What's it like getting this program back to where it hasn't been since before you were born? And then the drive now, what's the drive? Is it making sure you guys get back to the Elite Eight, get to the Final Four? Kind of what, as that core group that's coming back, what's the message to the team as you kind of prepare, for the summer and the fall and getting ready for the season?
I think the message and the motivation for this team is doing better than what we did last year. We don't want to be walking off the court while they're over there celebrating with their hats on and running and jumping around. That was a bad feeling, and I'm pretty sure all of us can say that we don't want to have that feeling again, and we want to get back to where we were and do better than what we did. So coming in earlier, we all are going to work harder and make sure we don't have those mental mistakes and early game mistakes that we shouldn't be having.
Bob?
Jaylin, back in the summer and fall, a lot of people were skeptical about there'd be a basketball season because, if a team gets COVID, it could wipe out the whole team, which it did some teams for a while. But in retrospect, you were able to play a full season, get to go to the NCAA tournament, have a great run. How grateful are you for the way things unfolded and getting to play? And I know you guys had to get tested and had to really sacrifice, personal life and things like that, social life. What was this season like, and what will you take away from all that experience?
This season was crazy. I feel like there was a lot of experiences that we didn't get to get because of Corona, but also without Corona, you never know what really would have happened this season. Things might have been different for us. So I'm thankful for it. But with that being said, with Corona, knowing that we all had to focus in on basketball, not getting sick, I feel like we were all locked in more to get better, get the team better, and we knew what we had to do.
And then, we don't know what the future holds, but hopefully next season will be a lot more normal than this season was. How much are you looking forward to hopefully having big crowds back at Bud Wall and being able to live, more of a college life?
I'm excited for it. I can't wait to see Bud Walton filled out. Knowing those home games, how loud it got, just with how many fans were there, I can't wait to see how loud it gets when it is.
I'm sorry, you cut out there. You can't wait to see what?
I can't wait to see how it feels when the gym is packed out.
Okay, thank you.
Anybody else have anything for Jaylin? All right, Jaylin, appreciate your time. You can go ahead and log off, and we'll wait for